Skotsky looking for that damage, finds him on the Diablo. Diablo forced it back out as their health drops low. The Immortal now is at 25%
Back down,
here.
Yo, on the Greymane, gonna be the first to fall. But is it ETC? No, that's Malthael up there. A triple.
Leyline used in the back, catching 3 people on top. That followed up by the APOC and the lurking on. Catching 2, but this time on is going to be the first one.
Wow, did you see that mosh pit? 4-man mosh pit while on a conveyor belt. That was like a regular sushi.
There's the lead, catches him in the mud pit. Time trap does pop. Mosh pit goes out. Ruben's still in trouble. Pops to stay a while and listen, but it's not going to matter.
Here comes the Bloodlust on the backside. The Visual gets thundered and then stunned. Oh my goodness! The combo!
Getting shrunk down, ETC getting killed. He becomes dog food for the Greymane.
I didn't think they had a chance. I thought it was all over. We said all or nothing, and they got absolutely everything.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Nexus Gaming Series. I am Jayzon, and for some reason, all of the names have gone bye-bye on here. Whoops! My bad. Let's put some of these in here. Got Jayzon, Ysera, at Jayzon Hots. There we go. That's what we needed. But hello everybody, and welcome to the Nexus Gaming Series. Like I was saying, we've got Division D West match waiting on Cherry versus Maximum Thrust. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to this match. I'm happy that these guys were willing to give me a few minutes to put everything together today. I really appreciate their patience. And let's take a look at the map bans real quick. Waiting on Cherry taking out Tomb of the Spider Queen and Brax's holdout. Maximum Thrust taking, apparently they're Diablo haters to take out Battlefield of Eternity and Infernal Shrines. And Maximum Thrust winning the toss and choosing map pick. They're going to take us to Alterac Pass. I'm going to let these guys know that we are ready to go. And we'll be heading on into the draft here in just a moment. But I want to thank, what is this cat? This cat is my kitty Ysera. She always co-casts with me. She's the best co-caster in the game. Why am I in a bathroom? I'm not in the bathroom. This is my living room. I just don't have enough stuff up on the walls, apparently, to not make it echo. I've been thinking about working on that lately, but, you know, here we are. I know, it sounds like I'm in a dome, right? The Thunderdome. No, I don't know. But looks like we got one person having maybe some connection issues, so we might have a moment here. Take back a look at the map view screen. So, looking at the maps available still got some of my favorite maps. Cursed Hollow, still going to be available for these later series. Dragonshire and Towers of Doom, also really good ones, especially late in series. Meanwhile, Volskaya Foundry, probably one of my least favorite ones, at least to cast. I like Jack's Taxman. He's not quite ready to commit to either side, so he's just rooting for both teams here. Let's see. Let's actually fix a little something here. Maximum Thrust. We can up the size of their text a little bit. I didn't get a chance to do that earlier. On to 55 font. Maybe. Oh, right, that one. Alright. That looks a little better. That'll apply as soon as I get out of studio mode here. How's everybody doing tonight? Looks like both teams are ready to go. There we go. We got Winter Star ready to commit to a squad. Why don't we do a prediction here? We can actually just set up a prediction, see which of these teams will win here. And let me put the names in here. Looks like both teams have now confirmed they are ready. I'll be ready to jump into the draft lobby just as soon as they're ready to go. We'll go ahead and make this a 5-minute submission period, and we'll start it as soon as we go into the draft.
New follower detected.
I'm Bob33. Thank you for the follow. By the way, I forgot to put it in the title. I was thinking about putting it in the title, but we are getting really, really close. Oh no, that's actually follow 600. Never mind. We got there. I was gonna say we were gonna do a gifted sub as soon as we got to 600 followers, but Jax Taxman, Dax, and Bob today have put us over that 600 mark. So thank you guys for the follows. And here, let me go ahead and hop over the main stream, and I will go ahead and gift a sub while we get started here. Welcome to game number 1 here. Alterac Pass gonna be coming at us.
New follower detected.
Winter Star, thank you also for the follow. Getting them all in today. There we go. Gift 1 tier 1 sub for the community. There we go. So we got Stukov and May being banned out here early.
Hey, it's you! I'm getting stir crazy here. Please tell me we're going in.
Rorono Mazzano, congrats for the subscription. You get to be the lucky one today. Enjoy the few emotes that I have here. I got a few. We'll start the prediction as well. You guys can put down your hard-earned doubloons here, my channel points, on who you think's gonna win this game number 1. That's Falstad gonna be the ban out. Number 2 for waiting on Cherry. Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, I've decided every 100 followers I'm gonna throw out another gifted sub. So only 98 more followers to go. Go tell your friends. we'll do another gift. Actually, I'll do one for 750 as well, but that's on the next 100. Chromie banned out here. Chromie, of course, very difficult to deal with on this map. It is, she is a bit of a pain, not gonna lie. Just in general, having to deal with her ability to poke out the prison camp captures here can be difficult to deal with. Moist Weenus with the 69 biddies, thank you. Welcome, Weenus. Always a pleasure to have you here, my friend.
We will forge a great destiny.
Sonia, the first pickup here for Discord. Nice name, nice, easy to pronounce name. I love it. It's tough for me. It's always been a struggle. Varian gonna be the pickup on the other side, along with Tychus. So this doesn't necessarily show too much early, right? For the Varian pick early, this could be the top Varian, the main tank, or it could still be one of the DPS flavors that Varian brings to the table. So we'll have to see if maybe waiting on Cherry wants to pull the trigger on the Lucio with the high 5 here, because high 5 super good at countering that Varian taunt now. I've seen that rise lately, but no, it's gonna be Uther, so it's still a cleanse hero though, for Darth Punisher, or just Death Punisher, I guess. I'm just gonna call him Punisher for the rest of the game. But Mr. Potato Head grabbing the Junkrat, so Chromie not available after that ban from Maximum Thrust. Junkrat kind of a poor man's Chromie. Does some stuff that Chromie doesn't do, but the main thing is still able to disrupt those prison camp captures. I was thinking about setting up the kitty cam for you guys today, but if I'm being honest, she is tucked pretty well away into the blankies, so we're not going to see an appearance from my co-caster anytime real soon. But she's nice and comfy, so I'm good to go. Looks like we already got some stuff thrown out for the predictions. 99% voting on waiting on Cherry, though. Gotta love to see that. That's a big win for whoever voted for Maximum Thrust if they could pull this one out. Meanwhile, we see Brightwing going to be banned out, so healer chokehold applied for waiting on Sherry.
For the alliance
I play to win.
And we got Anduin and Diva going to be tossed out here. Good sustain from Anduin, and with the Diva being picked up as the potential solo laner for anyone, I'm kind of expecting that the Varian will be the main tank then.
None shall flee my grasp.
Meanwhile, Maiev Orphea gonna finish off the draft here for the side of waiting on Sherry. I like that. Good. That's good engage ability here. We got main tank. I guess main tank Maiev. Sonya's still probably the solo laner. Uther can kind of double as a tank, but not really if he's the solo healer. He's kind of doing a little bit of both. And Sylvanas gonna finish it up for Diet Llama here. I like that both teams, but Maximum Thrust were nice enough to give my team some feedback. So go in. Yeah, well there you go, that always helps. Thanks everybody for hopping in tonight. I see so many people hanging out. I missed you guys yesterday when I wasn't able to stream. I was doing a double shift at work, so I was like, 12 hours is probably enough that, you know, maybe it's not a good idea to stream afterwards. So it's nice to be back tonight though. I'm gonna do a stream and then I'll probably raid somebody else, because we got 2 matches after us tonight, so I'm sure there'll be an NGS raid or an NGS match we can raid. And then I'll probably come back for a later night stream tonight. And we'll play some HOTS. Let's play some HOTS in here as all of the chickens come in and waiting on Cherry. Very unique. Okay, I can't keep doing that. I'm waiting on Cherry on the left. We're gonna see Discord on the Sonya. And they finally start to come out on their golden cocks. We've got Punisher gonna be playing the Uther. We've got D Cherrywood gonna be playing. Who is that? That is Mike. Got it. Meanwhile, we've got Dax playing the Orphea, and down bot Junkrat gonna be played by Mr. Potato Head. Now on the right for Maximum Thrust, we've got Faculty on the Varian. We've got Diet Llama getting them started, trying to cheese the well there on the Sylvanas. Nova Punk on the Tychus. User Error going to be on the Anduin. And we've got Anyone on the Diva. So right away, 3-man starting in the bot here for Maximum Thrust. They're trying to thrust right into the bottom fort area here. But gonna back off here as a decent defense lined up, especially with Dax turning them down here. Meanwhile, Root coming out on Dax from User Error. Not a whole lot of follow-up for that, though. Certainly nothing that Punisher can't handle there. Put a poke on Anyone, but other than that, both teams walking away. Not really any worse for wear, but look out. Discord going to be rotated on, but Nova Punk not really having a great angle there. And before Varian can really get to level 4 and get that taunt, they're not really going to be able to pressure the Sonya, but both teams are going to rotate to their camps here in short order at that 1 minute mark to pull these bruisers up. And these bruisers, or the siege rather, the siege camp, for those who don't know or aren't, I know that we've got a few people in here tonight that are not super versed in Heroes of the Storm. These camps are nasty. You got 3 gnolls marching into the mid lane, and they do armor shred. So anything they hit, whether it's minions, forts, anything, it lowers the armor by, I believe, 5, or it might be 4 to 8, somewhere in there. Lowers the armor. Yeah, it's 4 per hit. Yeah, you can see that armor shred onto D Cherrywood right now, all the way down to 20. 20 is the max. But left unchecked, these things will take down an entire lane by themselves, given enough time and enough dedication to grabbing these camps. Meanwhile, Nobapunk being dope upon here. Discord very, very low though. And this is the full 4-man here, up in the top side. Everybody, except for Mr. Potato Head, who's down bot. Yeah, Maiev main tank, it's kind of what I'm seeing here. You know, Sonya is certainly in the front line as well. Uther can do a bit. I mean, there's a reason Uther has the tanking stat, right? Oh, and Maiev gonna fly in over the wall. Diet Llama gets pulled back. Does have the haunting wave. The prediction, though, just barely walks away. Sub 20 health. Yeah, there were a few of those Junkrats bombs that came out. And I was like, did he just get the predict? But oh, look out, the taunt coming in, and Maiev goes down. First blood for maximum thrust. Nobapunk gonna get booped back in by Mr. Potato Head, but not really too much of a threat there. Use their caps while
you are a raider.
faculty.
Legendary.
Fujin with the raid party. Keeping it here in the NGS family. I appreciate that. Thank you, Fujin. Imagine you just got done with a stream as well. Hope that went well. Should say another NGS cast. Of course you were doing a stream. While Tether are going to be thrown out here. Taunt in return, though. Nobapunk not really in position to follow that up, but that is going to allow the camp to go over to maximum thrust here. Prison camp secured, and the Raiders will be marching out into the lane. Speaking of the Raiders, we got them in game here too. Hello, everybody. We're still in game 1 here of this Division D West match. Nobapunk gonna be caught out here. Waiting on Cherry. May have lost the map objective, but they'll get the kill. So maybe try to balance this out a bit. They also got the mid camp, so a little bit of this armor shred gonna be put in maybe on the objective, maybe not. Oh, big cleanse coming in from Punisher. Gonna allow Cherrywood to get out of that mess. Time. Meanwhile, up top, we've got our solo laners going back and forth here. Anyone trying to put pressure on Discord, trying to get a little bit of siege in there up top. Downbot's Diet Llama trying to get some damage in, but nice defense by Mr. Potato Head down here. Junkrat's got pretty good clear.
And died with glory.
Junkrat gonna have to use that concussion mine to get out. Pretty even on levels right now. Maybe a slight lead here for waiting on Cherry. Anyone actually gonna have to activate the self-destruct as the mech was going down anyway. Clears the lane. Gonna push into Discord a little bit. That's gonna give them a little bit of a chance for anyone here to rotate out and grab the siege. I like that call. You don't usually want to spend your Diva Bomb unless you're getting something out of it. But that quick wave clear allowing you to go get the camp and allowing Sylv to rotate up without really losing any soak. Good reason. See the possession coming out, but that's just more for Discord to spin on here. Oh, 10's now coming in for waiting on Cherry. We're gonna see the Divine Shield along with the Eternal Feast. Warden's Cage as the boot just barely misses the mark on Nobapunk there. Gonna be Leap along with the Riptire. 10's now into the maximum thrust as well as we see the Light Bomb. Junkrat gets killed. Uh-oh. Going down in the bot lane. Hold on a second. Faculty, the only one left down here to tell the tale. Oh, no, wait. No, that's a 1-for-1. I take it back. 1-for-1 exchange evenly. We trade the Junkrat out for the Tychus. Diet Llama pushing in. Discord trying to make him pay. Cherrywood, there's the leap. Oh, but a huge leap of faith to counter the leap. Leapception. Hawk goes down though onto Discord. Again, a very nice cleanse coming in from PTH Punisher. Dip Punisher. Uther goes down though. Yeah, Punisher getting punished. Or the punishing, but I don't know. He's trying to get punny there. Faculty gonna have to try to make it out, but that's 2 kills. For maximum thrust, they get the Uther and the Orphea. Gotta afford them the opportunity to rotate up and get started once again on their prison camp charge. But let's finish with these heroics. We got the micro missiles along with the Juggernaut pairing with that pop from earlier for variant, along with Wailing Arrow and Draken Laser Drill. Here comes the Warden's Cage, but paired up with the Eternal Beast, it is just chomping away. Continues to get value, just chomping helplessly on the Diva Bomb there. Light Bomb comes out onto anyone though. They're going to be able to secure the camp and the Maiev goes down. So it's a 1-for-1 exchange. Ike is down. Down goes the Laser as well. And that feels like an absolute win for maximum thrust right now. Take that 1-for-1 and the prison camp any day of the week. Back and forth we go. Looks like mid will once again be the focus for maximum thrust, which makes sense. Ironically, you got 2 bosses on this map in the top and bottom lanes, but the mid is the priority lane for 2 reasons. One, you got that ridiculous Knoll camp that just gets tons of value throughout the game, more than the bosses ever could. And then also, in the mid lane, you get access to the enemy team's ability to rotate out from these map objectives. So it makes the other team less safe when they don't have that mid port available. Oh, meanwhile, charge, taunt, light bomb, the combo goes down, and Sonya will fall. Big pick, but here comes the counter engage. Cherrywood trying to get the combo out. Eternal Beast gets faculty pretty low. It's also the end of Diva's mech, and anyone trying to just walk out the old-fashioned way will be able to make it out in pilot form. Maximum thrust going in deep. And getting themselves that pick. About a half-level lead right now for maximum thrust. Camp started on both sides. Good macro play from both of these squads. I'd love to see it. Novapunk gonna go ahead and throw down the laser drill just for the extra siege potential. I believe it's in range of the port, but it doesn't matter. The port goes down. I like that play. I mean, it's a 90-minute cooldown, right? But we just finished with the last map objective phase, so I imagine that will be up or nearly up by the time the next prison camps are ready. And also, this is a pretty flexible map objective as well. You can stall it fairly easily if you needed to for something like that. So, I like that being thrown out. Oh, meanwhile, there's the light bomb. Once again, 9 plans coming in. Also, the Wardens comes out though. Leave the Faith coming out from user error to get faculty out of that. Mr. Potato Head. Have to use that concussion mine to give himself a little distance. Let's have the Ripper Air now. Level 16s in for maximum thrust.
Move in and get him out of there.
See what they want to do with this here. Redtastic Crates, thank you very much for the follow. Rubbermaid. We are gonna see still level 16 advantage here. Waiting on Cherry, has not gotten that yet. Again, big cleanse coming out. Punisher getting D Cherrywood out of there. Laser drill is down. User error gonna get the cap on the backside. Now level 16's coming for waiting on Cherry. I like that disengage. They really needed to wait until they had their 16 talents. Now they get their camp, so they'll have a little bit of extra pressure in mid, marching that out, and now it looks like they're coming in. Discord coming in from the top, everybody else from the left. Doesn't go down onto anyone. Mech is down here. You see the pull to get anyone out of there. Junkrat's Riptire that only hit Diet Mama. Driftwood really low, having to back out. The faculty is in all kinds of trouble. Can they make it out? No. Varian goes down. Camp gets re-secured on the back end here. And now waiting on Cherry having the opportunity. Really their first big opportunity at a map objective this game. They're going to get the enemy camp. 36 on Varian, 45 on the count for the prison camp. So there's a little bit of time in between that, but you also got to count for the run back time. It's a big map, so it takes a while to get back. Really even match right now. 5-6 on the kill count. Both teams level 17. Slight level lead for maximum thrust, but they've also gotten most of the structure advantage so far. And right now, waiting on Cherry, not trying to push the issue. I mean, I feel like they've got the man advantage. I'd like to see them step up and maybe try to take a little bit of an advantage on that. So they were a little bit low here. They don't have quite the sustained healing in the Uther pick as Anduin's going to have. But look out, and Blazer Drill goes down and might have going to be caught out. Throws up the Warden's Cage, though, before they go down. So Eternal Peace gets a couple, but yeah, Discord's in all kinds of trouble now. All 5 are back to maximum thrust. And that is going to be the double kill. They're going to move on to the prison camp. User error capping on the backside. And they can actually look to invade this maybe if they want. Pretty sure they know they're here. Yeah, Diva's going to hit the boosters and start to go in. Tries to stall. The stun goes down, but they're not going to step on the point. The camp still goes over. We're waiting on Cherry. And actually on the backside, some of the minions get through to interrupt the prison camp capture, but that's only going to stall the map objective. May actually let Sonya be up, though, by the time the Raiders really come in to do some real damage. It's actually kind of a bigger thing than maybe looked at first. That prison camp stall. All 3 forts down right now for waiting on Cherry, so maximum thrust. Gotta be thinking keeps here with this map objective. They're still full level on level 20. Raiders are marching down the lane right now. Mid gonna be the first one to arrive, and so that is where maximum thrust will go. It's also the map objective choice here anyway. Anyone though getting moved over the wall, nice pull. The Diva Bomb will go off as well. Clear up a little bit of that front wall. And D-Shield is coming down immediately after the taunt there. But Maya's still pretty low now. As the Keith is going to get destroyed here. Full into the Warden's Cage, and the Beast goes out. User error doing the self-cast onto that Light Bomb. Ooh, almost enough damage there from that Riptire, but not quite enough. That heal came in right at the last second, but meanwhile up top, big push. Down bot's been cleared out a little bit better. But yeah, it's just the Varian that goes down here. Nothing catastrophic for maximum thrust. They get the mid keep, they get good damage on the top keep, and they open up the bottom as well. Makes it to the point where if maximum thrust can get a boss play at any point here, they can push with the boss and potentially threaten a second keep. Again, for those who are newer here, these cores, they actually regenerate health. So there's no real point to doing core damage unless you can finish it off, and they get 20 armor per keep that is up. You can see the first keep is down, so 2 of them still available, so that's 40 armor. 40% less damage done to the core. Boss is being started and gonna be finished by waiting on Cherry. But maximum thrust knows that. They're gonna go to the top one. Get this top boss done as Varian makes his way back. This is actually a good trade for maximum thrust. They were down their tank, they trade bosses, and they get the boss in the lane where the keep is less healthy. This top keep is not long for this world, even without the boss. Maybe with that big wave, it gets cleared. But yeah, with the boss, it should be an easy keep capture for maximum thrust. Should be. They are discovered there in that bush. Gonna wait on the boss to get here, though. The boss will do this all on its own, but anyone does get that Diva bomb, or the net exploded there before the bomb can come out. Driftwood taking a lot of damage there. Is going to go down from that Draken laser drill. Riptire is going to come out. That's a few. He does have the upgrade, so that's going to be a reduced cooldown to 0. We've got another Riptire ready to go. Oh, the Discord getting caught out. Now in the boss slow, trying to make it out still. We'll go down to that Sylvanas, the dagger, the Shadow Dagger. And now with 2 cubes down, they're going to try to go on to the 4. 20% armor, but 3 members are down for waiting on Cherry, and I think maximum thrust, and they have this. They're still looking really healthy. They still got the Diva bomb. The core is getting super low here. And that is going to be it, ladies and gentlemen. Game number 1. Going to go over to maximum thrust here on Alterac Pass. GG. Well played. Go over to our game summary. Oh, by the way, we'll look at the predictions here. Let's see. Got to get into my live dashboard to do that a little bit more efficiently. But big prediction win for anyone that voted on maximum thrust here. Only 7%, so they're going to steal for 130 coins down there. They'll steal to 1.7k on the other side, who are thinking waiting on Cherry had this one in the bag. So congrats. I do want to wait about 30 seconds though to make sure that I don't accidentally spoil the end there. But let's take a look at the stats while we wait on that. 69k damage per Dax. Very nice.
You are a raider.
Well done.
Legendary.
NGS with the big boy raid coming in here. 54 on the raid. Thank you very much. They're our main NGS channel. I appreciate it. Welcome, everyone. You've arrived just in time for the stat summary screen for game number 1 as maximum thrust getting the win here on Alterac Pass. And Dax getting top damage with 69k damage. Nice. Can't say it enough, really. 54k damage for Novapunk for the highest damage, at least on the winning side. So still that Draken laser drill doing a lot of work in these team fights. Very well placed. And not as much damage for Sylvanas from Diet Llama, but I felt like those Shadow Dagger spreads were really good throughout the game. We can actually look at the talents real quick, give you guys a look at what everyone was going here. Diet Llama going with that like super that super mobile build at level 13 with the Windrunner. Haunting Wave can be cast a second time within 5 seconds, so it kind of allows you to teleport everywhere, and you get your Q reset every time you teleport, so a lot of damage can come out from that. But it can also be tricky, right? You can get yourself in a little bit of trouble sometimes doing that. I think one of the big factors here, 83k healing from user error in that game. Able to keep people alive. Also great leaps of faiths throughout the game as well. There were a lot of times where somebody was caught in one of those Maiev Warden's cages, getting stunned by Uther and Sonya, and just yoink right out of that mess and keeping them alive. So very, very well done by the squad. And we're going to be moving on to a game number 2. So we're going to get set up for that, and I'm going to put us on a quick break. But we'll be right back as soon as we're ready for the draft here for game number 2. Welcome back, everybody, for game number 2. We're going to be heading to Volskaya Foundry here, as this was the map pick for maximum thrust, waiting on Cherry electing for first pick, first ban. I think they might have overheard me saying that this is my least favorite map to cast. it's not the worst map, right? There are some maps that aren't in the rotation, but it's my least favorite rotation map, or like in rotation map, just because of how long the downtime is between objectives. I feel like this map could be a lot more quickly paced. But Tyke's going to be banned out here, so waiting on Cherry. Not looking forward to a possible redo there from Nova Punk. No, thank you. Took off banned out once again for Maximum Thrust. That's a repeat ban from game number 1. We're also going to do another prediction here, so I'm going to actually throw up the game number 2 prediction. So you guys will have 5 minutes to go ahead and throw out your doubloons, see who you think will win this game number 2. Moist Weenus cheering for the game 3 comeback. You know, I actually cheer for that as well in a way. I don't really cheer for any squad, but we always like to see a game 3 here in Nexus Gaming Series. It's always more fun that way for the casters and the audience. Both of these teams, though, like Maximum Thrust definitely doesn't want to see a game 3, so they're still going to put their full foot forward into this. I suspect some Sonya coming up for Dax. So last game it was Discord that was on the Sonya. Let's see if maybe this is a bit of a role swap scenario, or maybe just Dax baiting here. Maybe we'll swap to another hero later.
We will forge a great time you're ready.
Faculty gonna go back to the variant, and Nova Punk, not having Tychus available, is gonna go to Raynor instead. It's fine, you know, Raynor's better anyway. We learned that from the lore. Definitely good sustained damage here for the point though on Volskaya. Also pretty good camp clear ability to be able to try to pick up these items efficiently. Meanwhile, Mr. Potato Head gonna go to the Li Ming, and D Cherrywood gonna pick up the Johanna. So it looks like waiting on Cherry gonna go ahead and actually get themselves a classic tank this time around. Maybe play a little bit more standard here. I love Li Ming on this map, by the way. This is one of her best maps. Simply because of how the map objectives work. You can get these long, drawn-out fights where, you know, realistically, your opponents want to stand on a certain, on certain control point spots here. You know, you can move around a little bit. There's a little wiggle room on the points here, but ultimately, it makes it a little easier for Li Ming to predict where they're going and hit the skill shots. So, plus, it's a great place for orb build. Just saying. They get the resets a lot. But we're going to see Uther being the ban here for Maximum Thrust. Some great cleanses last game. Solid D shields coming out from DTH Punisher. Death Punisher? Maybe that's it. I'm going to go with Death Punisher, I think. Sylvanas once again for Diet Llama, and user error again going to the Anduin. Hey, if it works, why not, right? Brightwing banned out again, by the way, so kind of forcing their hand a little bit. Falstad and Chromie banned out earlier, so those are repeat bans also from game number 1, I believe. Falstad just on a different level right now, so no surprise to see him thrown out early.
Oh, this is my jam!
So there it is. The Lucio is going to be the counter pick this time around. Didn't have the Uther available for the taunt, or for the cleanse to counter the taunt, so now going to have the high five, which is, in my opinion, even more effective at countering that taunt. And then Discord going to go to Leoric, so triple frontline coming out for waiting on Cherry. Should have plenty of room for Mr. Potato Head to work on the Li Ming. Final pick, anyone going to go to the Gazlo.
Order a one-man
Now this one classically has been in Heroes of the Storm a hero you would only pick as the 10th pick in a draft, but of course Gazlo's been a little bit more competent and higher in the meta recently. I know my friend in chat, Moist Weenus, gotta be excited to see the Gazlo. Plays it quite a bit himself these days, as I recall. Jack's Taxman saying double bruiser. Cherry getting experimental. Not really, you know. I think it's pretty common nowadays, the double bruiser comp. This one maybe a little bit more classical bruisers. Like you might see 2 solo laners on the team, but yeah, I mean Sonya kind of fills that role, right? Like Discord can still be the regular solo laner, and Sonya functions perfectly well on the 4-man. She's great at doing camps. She's got good damage, kind of like a melee assassin. Yeah, I don't see any problem with that draft. There it is again, the golden cock spam for waiting on Cherry.
I'm sure you'll get better with practice.
We've got Mr. Potato Head on the lead wing. The Death Punisher going to be on Lucio, who cannot spam the golden cock, unfortunately. Dax going to be on the Sonya. D. Cherrywood on the Johanna. And down bot, we've got Discord on the Leoric. Maximum thrust on the right, trying to get out of here with the 2-0 domination. We're going to see anyone on the Gazlo. Faculty on that Varian, going full blonde right now, by the way. User error going to be on the Anduin. We're going to have Novopunk playing the Rainer. And Diet Llama going to be back on the Sylvanas for a second game in a row here. Right away, waiting on Cherry, going to spread out into the separate lanes here. Dax already up top, waiting on that wave. Wow, bit of a wave clear advantage, at least in that mid, along with the numbers advantage for maximum thrust. Anyone will get up there in time to catch the wave up top, though. Still playing pretty safe, though. Not wanting to get rotated on here. Waiting on Cherry. Should have the advantage here in the first 4 levels before Taunt comes out. Discord not quite finding that spooky hand. Camps are up at 1 minute. We'll see how quickly teams rotate. And right away, Dax is on it. Fellow caster in arms, Dax Hots. Shout out to Dax, by the way. So you guys should go over and follow him at Dax_Hots. Diet Llama getting started on the camp here along with Novopunk. So they collapsed in pretty quickly. With only Dax working on the other side for most of this time. Actually get maximum thrust finishing that camp first. Both teams will go ahead and get their turret. It's a good use of time for maximum thrust, though, as it's just kind of a lull in the action until they get level 4, and then once Taunt comes out, then the game is on, really, for them. They've got 4 levels where Variant's got his heroic and nobody else does in the game, because Chromie's not here to cheat the time system. Discord goes in. Didn't quite get the Taunt off, though, before the Wraith came out. But waiting on Cherry, taking advantage of that rotation. Dax and a few others get the camp. Cherrywood will pick up that support camp. Biotic emitter. Took me a second. That one was filed away in the brain files, and I couldn't quite find it right away. 17 Shadow Dagger stacks already for Diet Llama. A nice start there on that level 1 quest. So it's going to be standard 4 build start, but really at level 7 we'll see what Mr. Potato Head has planned. We see yet another talent at level 7. That means that likely we're getting full orb build, which typically includes Disintegrate at 10, Glass Cannon if you're feeling confident at level 13. Oh! Okie doke. For Mr. Potato Head, you love to see it. Taunt's still available, though. Death Punisher's got to be a little careful there. Taunt never went out, so it's not on cooldown. Yeah, there it is. Death Punisher gets hit by the Taunt, but pretty safe position there. Now the Taunt down, though, that could come out from behind the fort wall. Still getting pretty low, though. Camp gets cleared out, and now the top one will be pushing in favor of waiting on Cherry. Cherrywood trying to slow down the rotation. There's a few members down here. Novopunk actually puts the turret down, maybe a little early. What a team fight here. Yeah, that's gonna get blown up. But now it's 2 toys for waiting on Sherry. Gonna be able to take a little bit of an advantage here if they want to drop them. Tony and Gazlo both go to the top. No first blood just yet. Expect to see it soon though. 3-man condemn coming in. Cherry would. And after dropping that biotic emitter, they're gonna definitely get advantage here on the point. They also dropped their turret at some point there, because I don't see them. I don't see it on them anymore. I actually missed that somehow. Whoops. Sure enough. Now we'll have a quarter charge for each side right now. Big damage on the Diet Mop. You're gonna have to opting wave away. Backley charges in, decides not to go ahead and pop the taunt though. Like, is anyone working on the sports camp? I'm like, no, that's not up yet. However, both of the turrets are up. Dax is going to drop back and get started on that, but the fight is kind of starting here a little bit. So about 47% charge right here for waiting on Sherry. They're almost halfway there. So they'll give up the point for now. Kind of low. They're going to need to get a little bit of healing going here. Level 8 for both sides, so no big advantage there. No team anywhere close to level 10. See Diet Llama going back to grab the camp. Alright, team's getting healed up. Big condemn. Sonya's still on the bottom side though. Has the turret come in and we'll drop it. A bit of a defensive position. The leap of faith comes out, but it's not in time to save Varian now. Resets are available for Mr. Potato Head in the 4v5. And when I said no one was even close to 10, between the bottom soaking by Dax and now the first blood, it's gonna give them a decent amount of XP. They are actually getting pretty close to 10 now, are the members of Waiting on Sherry. And there is the level 10. And with so much charge, should be over at this point for the objective. Meanwhile, Sylvanas gets dove upon there by the leap. Blessed Shield on the follow-up. Big damage from Li Ming. That's going to be second kill of the game, going over to Waiting on Sherry. Take a look at these level 10s, by the way. Leap, High Five, Blessed Shield, and Doom, and Disintegrate. Pretty standard affair there. High Five recently becoming the talent of choice for Lucio players. Meanwhile, up top, Waiting on Sherry, doing the classic Volskaya thing. So they go to the next lane where the map objective will be, take out the fort. By the way, that's an empowered camp with the turret down. I don't know if the turret was required, though. It does deter them from pushing, but not really going to be much value beyond that. Well, it's still down, so currently an advantage for Waiting on Sherry for the next objective.
So that is the extent of the Protector's power.
Protector will go down. Blessed Shield goes down on the Diet Llama. Anyone trying to zone a bit there with the Grabo Bomb. No one falling there. No one was too worse for wear. Team's kind of flirting with the idea maybe of going after the support camp, or just keeping an eye on it. Meanwhile, both bruisers go ahead and grab, mostly Dax, but you know, Discord comes in, maybe get a final hit there. Goes back to clearing the wave. Meanwhile, up top, Wailing Arrow goes out. Maybe looking for something there, but didn't quite find it. Off the taunt. Level 13's now in for Waiting on Sherry. They've got a little more than a level lead right now. Taunt goes down on the Lucio, though. He's gonna end up falling. And Tomb goes down on the other side, though, trying to trap him in. Faculty lives, though, and that's just the first kill of the game here for Maximum Thrust. you're gonna catch anybody with that taunt, it should be the Lucio there on the high five. With a high five to counter it on the other side, he's really the only value target. You can kind of bait him in though a little bit. A lot of times I'll see variant players try to do the charge onto one target and then kind of hold the taunt, right? Like, see if you can bait Lucio to high five in as you keep walking, and then Lucio comes right to you. You can just taunt him. It's like, oh, hi. And there is the charge and taunt again on the Lucio. The light bomb came out, damage for Mr. Potato Head on the other side. Dealing just about as much. ET Cherrywood going deep though for that's condemned. Still is able to make it back out though. Dax also diving in now. Dax, on the other hand, not going to be able to get out of that. A little more coordinated there might have worked out, but those engage abilities were utilized far enough apart that just kind of let maximum shred first, or maximum thrust shred first the Sonya, or first the Johanna, then the Sonya. Boy, I'm turned all around here. No bump eating that big orb. Pretty good defense though for waiting on Cherry. Maximum thrust dealing a little bit of damage before, but the big thing here is they keep their well, with the well up in the top lane still. Yeah, you all know what I mean. Variant kind of low, if they want to go after that. Dax, once again, kind of one-minded this game, kind of has one objective. Boom pow here onto the camp. Mid, they're looking for Discord. Not going to find the gank there. Charge is going to be started up. We're waiting on Cherry. Taunt comes out with the big light bomb. Johanna falls. Death Punisher also getting super low. Double kill here for maximum thrust. That's just what the doctor ordered. Well, Dax just doing the split push thing right now. All kinds of value down here. Now again, the map objective here is pretty slow. It's a slow charge. Death timer's pretty low. They could have both their members back. That'd be the well going down on the top side, so gotta kind of get rid of that advantage for waiting on Cherry if they do decide to re-engage here. Level 16 is now in. So, by the way, not orb builds for Mr. Potato Head. That's okay, I understand. Is Calamity, a little more standard affair for me. Though interesting, that still is the Disintegrate. Usually you see Wave of Force to pair with the burst that you get from the Calamity build. Well, they are going to go ahead and engage it. They do have all 5 members back. Overtime is proc. Diet Mama once again teleporting all over the place. Anyone going to be left alone on the point though, but gets hit by the Entomb. He's stuck on that wheel. And that's going to be the first kill onto Gallo, but Johanna falling in short order afterwards. And Mr. Potato Head not quite able to reach anybody to really take advantage of those resets. So Discord will be the second one to fall. 2-for-1 exchange in favor of maximum thrust. They're going to get themselves this point back and get themselves their first Punisher of the game. Thank you very much.
Has taken control of a protector.
2-for-1 exchange. They get the Gazlo, but it's a pretty strong team fight overall from Maximum Thrust. They're pretty well positioned overall, pretty patient. But look out, the lead comes out onto Diet Llama. And right as I start to praise their positioning, Diet Llama forgets the biggest rule of having the Punisher. Is that it is not a good, or the Protector, I should say. The Protector is not a good team fight tool. It's a very good sieging tool, but I'm not sure it's 5. You really can't run around with the Protector unless the other team is like hella split. I know, I just said hella, I'm sorry. Panicked, I didn't have another word to go to. Haka? Nah. Level 18s for both squads here. They're rotating on Noble Buck. Lots of shield goes out along with that entomb. Oop, just for good measure. So that's a nice counter gank. Or no, second gank. Secondary gank. Good time. Ooh, Dax getting super low. The beam. No, he's alright. He makes it past the beam. You know, down bot, Discord getting some nice show on his bot lane. Condemn goes out. Big damage. On the backside, though, gonna slow Mr. Potato Head from being able to try to finish that pick onto user error. Pretty even on level as we kind of even out here and stabilize. Both teams right on that top after level 19. They're heading towards level 20, but immediately both teams grabbing some camps. So this is still anyone's match. Still anyone's game, and then thus anyone's match. Team's gonna get 20 relatively similar time frames here. Far before map objective number 3, control point C, comes out. Grumble, grumble, grumble. I know you guys are tired of hearing me complain about this map. I'll just stick to the cast. Oh, here comes the two-man Pleasant Shield. There's the lead to follow it up. A little bit more coordinated that time. But look at the counter engage. The Wailing Arrow shuts down that charge, but reinvigorated there with it buried alive. And now everybody's falling here. 2 for 1. Exchange maximum thrust, getting the advantage. Diamond goes in, maybe a little aggressive. Turret used there. Be able to secure that win. So Mr. Potato Head still has their turret on the other side. Still a nice exchange once again. Oh, Death Punisher going in, trying to find kills. Oh, but he's rotating in the rest of the squad. Look out! 2 more kills for maximum thrust. Oh no! A little bit of a disaster for waiting on Cherry. They were sticking into this one pretty nicely with maximum thrust. Now, to win more hero, Sylvanas can really start pushing here as they shut down the mid fort. Still trying to throw in those tips and tricks for some of the new players that are here tonight, because I know I've got at least a few in chat not super experienced in this game. Sylvanas has a trait called Black Arrow. It's on something like a 45-second cooldown. When she pops that, all of her abilities and auto attacks shut down any structures, minions, or mercenary camps, except bosses. So you saw her use that in the mid to shut down the fort, allowing them to siege into it really easy. Didn't have it for the bottom fort, but they didn't really need it. They had a big wave. So when Sylvanas comps win team fights, it makes it much easier with Black Arrow to get maximum value in the siege department. Really push your advantage. That helps you win more. Anyone is currently alone on the control point. Faculty gonna interrupt the rotation, and actually Dax gonna leap out there. Disengage. That's taunt for leap. Pretty good cooldown exchange. Blessed Shield comes out. Oh, but Dark Cherry runs onto the conveyor belt going the wrong way. Faculty able to get the taunt after that, and that's going to lead to Johanna falling. Not immediately, but eventually. Oh, but Diet Llama going in deep. Did they get the kill? Not quite. Oh, so close. Gotta give props to Mr. Potato Head. He almost got that counter kill, but meanwhile, Lucio fell on the top side of that mess. That's 2 down. And now, once again, maximum thrust. Pushing in, but actually, this is a bit of a... they had Sylvanas go back to the point, as she can help you with the Black Arrow be able to push in, so I'm surprised she's not here. Meanwhile, taunt goes down. Discord gonna have to use the Wraith Walk. defense overall, though, especially with only 3 available for waiting on Cherry. This is going to allow Maximum Thrust to get the Protector. I'm going to put Rainer and Gazlo into this one, and I like that. You generally want to put your more squishy heroes in inside of the Protector. Protect your squishies with the Protector. How you remember that? Because the 5-man can leap on the backside, and look at Discord, he's looking for it. Trying to find somebody that he can entune here. End up settling on entuning faculty, at least the base gets out of that. Leap on the backside can be countered a bit here by the light bomb. This is a full team fight though with 2 members in the Protector. So again, this is an advantage to the team fight for waiting on Cherry. Varian gonna be the first to fall. And now the Protector's just walking back and, you know, holy cow. What a defense here for waiting on Cherry. Keep is still alive in the bottom lane. I mean, not by much, but it's still alive. I was ready to call first keep of the game for Maximum Thrust, but we weren't quite able to utilize the Protector there. All they needed to do was utilize it a little bit. But waiting on Cherry, doing a nice job of fighting past it. Big stun for anyone there. Nova Punk, get caught out here, taken down. Big combo comes in. Resets for Li Ming. That's a second, and now, more importantly, a staggered death on Maximum Thrust. So now waiting on Cherry, able to get the mid-court with Sonya. Multiple members low here for waiting on Cherry, so they can't afford to be too overly aggressive. Barry is now on his way back. We'll go ahead and grab the camp. I like that call. It's not too risky. Oh, but D Cherrywood a little bit low here. Death Punisher comes up and hits the high 5 to get back to him. Give him a little heal. Reposition a little bit. I like it. 5v4 on the bot side as waiting on Cherry, maybe trying to get a little bit more. Trying to get a second fort. Or maybe even out the catapult pressure a little bit, but ultimately, gonna think better of it for now as Dax goes and gets his millionth fortification camp of this game. 22 minutes we're approaching here. Maximum Thrust seem to have a real advantage on Alterac Pass, but even though they're still in the lead here, it has not been quite as much side for sure. Wow, oh, look at that buried alive into the combo damage again. Anyone getting very low, gonna be taken down, but on the top side, Lucio falls. As they get the 2 kills on the other side of this, so counter kills, 2 for 2. And look at the health bars. Super healthy for Maximum Thrust. Super ouchy for waiting on Cherry. Allow them to get the camp. Give themselves a biotic emitter. Ten to 14 on the kill count. And even though the levels don't really matter at this point, about a half level lead for Maximum Thrust. You do get 4% extra health and damage for each level you have, so even though you don't have any talent tier earnings after level 10, or after level 20, still having that extra level can affect team fights a little bit. Not nearly as much, though. Just a few seconds until waiting on Cherry will be whole once again as a 5-stack. Would have loved to have seen Maximum Thrust get the bottom keep with that man advantage. Like, they didn't really have a man advantage, but they had big time health advantage, right? They could have gone down there and gotten, you know, sneezed on this keep to finish it off, and the 3 low members of waiting on Cherry would not have been able to do anything about that. But now they're going to make that play, and now it's super risky. Waiting on Cherry is just kind of on point, though. They're going to instead choose to invade rather than take a weird angled team fight, I suppose. But this is an Entomb waiting to happen, right? Like, buried alive on the back end of the team fight. Wait a minute, are they just gonna go core here? They're gonna threaten core and force Waiting on Cherry to come back. They want to make him fight on the point. They've got a lot of siege damage put onto the core, but the leap into the entomb. The score getting pretty low, and actually this stays alive for the moment. Back up and getting a little bit low. But yeah, Lucio with the falls first. Multiple members low for maximum thrust though. Diablo fall. 4-man wailing arrow stops the potential burst of resets from Mr. Potato Head, and it ends up just being a 1-for-1. Diablo for Lucio, so no healer available. Gonna give a little bit of an advantage to maximum thrust, but I don't think it's enough of an advantage to walk in here and take the score. Onto the Johanna. They bait in the Joe. They're gonna get a lot of damage onto Discord as well. And if they can get Mr. Potato Head, work out, charge in. No taunt available though. Just now back off the cooldown. And now they get the siege pressure. Leap again. Look out! And when caught there, Mr. Potato Head able to teleport away. The axe goes down though. 15% on the core, and that is going to be it. Ladies and gentlemen, maximum thrust. A little bit of a risky play there, but they get win number 2, and they'll take the series 2-0 after this win on Volskaya Foundry. Crazy match. What a crazy... Yeah. Oops, sorry. Crazy end of that game. Hit the wrong button. That was all me. You know, of all those plays that I thought could be made, I never thought Maximum Thrust would think, hey, let's just go core. You know, what a crazy play that was. But it worked out for them in the end. They were able to bait in people with that variant taunt and be able to take themselves a few picks, stagger the kills a little bit, get themselves a big win. Let's go ahead and reach out to the team captain for Maximum Thrust here, see if we can get a little bit of an interview going. Like we are going to get anyone here in for an interview, and there he is, team captain for Maximum Thrust. Anyone?
How's it going?
Tell me a little bit about that experience. First of all, congratulations on the win. How are you guys feeling?
Oh yeah, we feel good. This was we wanted to come in, we wanted to get that first win, and then get the domination. So we felt good.
Yeah, you guys were able to execute pretty well in both of those games. But let's go first of all to the first game. You guys are on Alterac Pass, and you actually had the fortune tonight of getting to pick both the maps, I do believe. You guys just allergic to first pick, or was that just a bit of a circumstance thing there?
So we, I spend way too much time looking at stats of the other teams that we play, and
is there such a thing?
I don't know. And what we determined was that our overlap in hero pools was really quite high, right? So we had like 5 or 6 heroes that were high, and so we said, okay, we can either, if we first pick, then like we can ban out some of the ones we don't play, but we'll only get one of the contested heroes, right? Versus if we second pick, they'll get first pick, but we'll get 2 of the contested heroes.
Very clever. I like it.
So anyway, so that's, yeah, so we, by design, we went for map pick first, and then they gave us map pick second round.
Yeah, so there you go. So we go into Alterac Pass. A little bit of a strange team comp from Waiting on Cherry. They went essentially tankless, or I guess we could call it main tank Maiev. What was your guys' first reaction to that, seeing that at the end of the draft, and how did you guys look to approach it in that game number 1?
We're pretty okay with. I don't know if you've watched our other games, but we're also a fan of the non-standard main tank drafts. So like we've run Leorix, we've run Uthers and stuff. So we took it. We were like, oh, Maev, we really don't like her. This could be a problem. So you know, to us that was like, okay, they're just playing kind of the current meta, and didn't really phase us. But we knew kind of they like doing these triple frontliners, so that's why we got that early Tychus pick to help out on that.
Yeah, so you guys were able to perform pretty well throughout game number 1. I felt like you guys were first to the map objectives most of the time, pressuring them out and securing a lot of those camps. Tell me a little bit about your guys' strategy specifically for Alterac Pass, what you guys like to run, and what specifically you like to focus on for that map.
We're not fancy, so you know we just kind of like to stick to the basics. So on that one, it's how do we maximize our experience gain? Are we gaining enough people who can go and get that experience? Are we sending only one person to soak? Right, early in the season, we kind of learning as a team to not send like 3 people to go do one job, right? But Alterac Pass is nice because it does, I think, provide like a very good structure in terms of how you set up your comp and what you're going for. So you can have that, you can say, okay, we're gonna have a few people sitting on point. We have one person go and do this off-lane soaking or the camps, and then it kind of just adds a rotation to it, as long as you've kind of talked ahead of time about who's gonna be doing what.
All right, so we go into game number 2. Very similar comps for you guys between games 1 and games 2. Basically,
yeah. Oh, actually, no. I should say one thing I forgot to mention on their tank comp. We flexed away from a mage pick and went for the extra single target with Sylvanas in order to have the blow up. So that was the adjustment we made, was like, hey, you know what? We don't want, like, we were going to pick Orphea before they did, but we said, actually, let's hold on to that. We'd rather have another single target damager, because then we can take out one of their guys faster.
Right. So you guys are able to get essentially a lot of a similar comp. They banned out the Tychus, so you guys had to go Rainer instead, but pretty much, for the most part, the same otherwise. Tell me a little bit about your guys' focus on Sylvanas. Is that just maybe like, more of a comfort pick for Diet Llama, or is that or do you like where she is in the meta, or is it kind of fit your guys' game approach?
I would say it's a comfort pick for me in the draft.
That makes sense. That's simple, easy. Got it.
Well, there's some grumblings when I ask people to play the quote boring heroes, right? So, but they just perform so well, right? So like your Rainers and your Sylvanases, they just get it done. And Sylvanas especially, I think, can kind of take the place of a mage and a auto attacker. So I feel like you get a 2-for-1, plus you get the trait. So why not take advantage of that? Just huge amount of utility that you don't get anywhere else, plus some of the highest damage in the game.
Yeah, a lot of win more with her. So I agree. Very well-rounded hero, but maybe a little tough to execute sometimes. But very well done. I really liked your guys' approach. Game number 2, a little bit more competitive though, back and forth. They were really giving you more of a game. Tell me a little bit about what you think, or how you think you guys were able to really turn that around at the end. Before we talk about your end game call, that's the big thing I'm leading towards. But tell me a little bit about your comms. It's kind of going back and forth, and the approach you guys were looking towards the end of the game.
So first of all, the objective, what do you call it, the robot, the guy.
Yeah, the protector.
He did not help us.
No, he's not a team fighter. No, not at all.
That was embarrassing and terrible, and we were like, oh my god, I guess we just ignore it and next time, or put one person in it or something. But
sure, if you're in a 5v5 team fight and you have 2 people in the protector, your team is at a disadvantage. That's how bad the protector is at team fighting. I've told team members to get out of the protector to come team fight with us.
Yeah, that
Their
was
cooldowns are worth more.
that was terrible, man. Like both of them, we just got in trouble on it, and like yeah, I mean, had we just ignored it, it would have been better. I mean, and good on them for focusing it down quickly and taking advantage of it, right? So they were the first time I think who's really punished us on the protector. I think our last game we had more protector value, but man, that was frustrating. So we yeah, and so we got out of that. I don't know if our last game on Volskaya went super long, like it was like a level 26 game or something dumb, and we were in a similar situation. So that was in the back of my mind on this game was, okay, what is the right call? And on that one, we didn't make an aggressive core call, and we kind of messed up by not going for the kill and securing the core. On this one, I think we were bottom, and they were showing like, I don't know, we had vision on at least like 2 of them or something, right?
Well, you knew at the very least they had some people on the point because they were tapping the point. And what I thought was a bit of an insane call is you guys decided, you guys had a 2-for-2 exchange. They were super low. And in my mind, I'm like, okay, well, the 3 of them are super healthy. Okay, they go get the support camp, that's all right, but why not go get the bottom keep? And then you guys decide to do that play, but when it's 5v5 and they're all up with an Entomb level 20, Silence Entomb Leoric, I'm like, oh no. Tell me a little bit about that play call, though. What was your mindset for it at the very least?
I mean, exactly like you said, we knew one of them was on the point, and so we'd know when one of them left the point, or when the last one left, because it would stop counting down. So we knew that at the very least, like, they would probably feed in, right? So which they did, right? So they came in kind of one at a time, first person hearth back, came in. We know we have a blow up comp because we got taunt variant, right? So as long as we can get kind of 1 kill at a time, great. And worst case scenario, we kind of stalemate them there with our catapults piling up. So, and we, sometimes we're good at avoiding the multi-person entomb. I don't think we got too many, like more than 2 people in the entomb at a time. And for Gazlo also, like I've got, I had all my super bombs going off, right? So it's just really noisy. Anyways, so it
going on down there. That's for sure.
Yeah. So it felt safe because we needed, like, all we needed was 1 kill. They had to kind of be aggressive on us, or else we would go and get free poke, or our catapults would take out the core. And if they left someone back on the point, then it's going to be a 5v4, and we get a win that way. So it felt like it was the right call to make then, and it was similar to what we had failed to do on our earlier game. So I was like, okay, hey, this is the same situation. Let's make the call we didn't make last time this time.
Absolutely. Well, thank you again for coming in for the interview. I really appreciate that, especially a long interview. We really got in there, so I appreciate you being willing to stick around with me for a little while. But before I let you go, are there any shout-outs you'd like to make?
Yeah, I think the team has been really coming together. W Star was our brave observer this time. Appreciate him making sure everyone gets to play. Vacuity has been doing a great job on boning up on his tanking this season, coming a long way and really anchoring the team there. And also the other guys who you don't see much from our sub roster, we really appreciate them having around too. So Zelov, who's come in a few games, gives us that opportunity to have real lives if they come up, and we appreciate that.
Yeah, always nice to have some extra people waiting in the wings in case stuff happens.
Exactly.
But and I guess I owe a bit of an apology to Vacuity. So I called him faculty all game. I guess I need to get my eyes checked a little bit. But yeah, thanks again for coming in. Thanks for the interview, and congrats again on the win.
All right, thank you.
Yep. Alrighty, so that is going to be it for me tonight, everybody. Thanks for coming in. Really nice stream. I appreciate everybody coming in and watching, and all of the raids. Big shout out to the Nexus Gaming Series channel and Fujin Akari. Actually, let's do the shout-outs. I actually forgot to do this earlier. So we'll do a couple of quick shout-outs. There we go. So we throw the shout-outs out there. Please do go follow those channels as well. The Nexus Gaming Series channel, of course, housing a lot of the best Heroes of the Storm play here in the Storm division. And then again, at the end of the season, they host all of the finals for all of our NGS playoffs. So definitely a channel you want to have followed. But don't forget to follow here as well. It was a nice stream. We got some quite a few followers here today. So thanks to everybody who followed the channel. We were able to get to the 600 follower mark, so I was able to gift a sub. And I'll gift another sub when we get to 700 sometime down the road. So looking forward to that as well. I am going to actually raid over to IceX. So like they are currently in game number 1 for a match here in our division between Cool Cats and Kittens and Artemis. So hope you all have fun watching that one right after this one. And until next time for the Nexus Gaming Series, I am Jay Zahn. I will see y'all next time. Have a good night.